Welcome to this edition of Tahoe Talk. We're joined this week with Dr. Joe Chavez from Carson Tahoe Cardiology. Dr. Joe, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here.
For some of our viewers that aren't familiar, you've got a beautiful facility down in Carson City. Give us an overview of the hospital and the department.
Well, the hospital is a new version of a hospital that's been in the area for a long time. We're very proud of it. And we have 3 floors, and what relates to cardiology is a lot of it's on the 1st and 2nd floor, some of it on the 3rd floor. We have everything from cardiac catheterization labs where patients will come in if they're having a heart attack and they're not doing so well, to heart surgery, which is on the 2nd floor, bypass surgery, valve operations, and then patients who are maybe less critically ill or who are moving closer to going home are up on the 3rd floor. And we have a wide range of skills within the cardiology department and all kinds of very, very cool technology that, I've been around long enough that I've seen it advance from somewhat primitive now, looking back over a number of years, to really, really just cool stuff that seems like you can see almost everything.
We were talking about some of that cool technology and some of the advancements in science, and we were talking about arterial fibrillation.
Yeah.
How does that relate, and what's changed?
Well, atrial fibrillation is very, very common, and as people live longer, they're living longer lives, they can accumulate kind of more things in their life. Atrial fibrillation, I kind of cast it in that light because it's more common as people get older. What it is, it's a very common heart rhythm problem, the most common there is. It afflicts millions of people worldwide, and it's where the upper chambers, instead of beating forcefully and helping push blood along, are just quivering. I always tell patients, fibrillation is just a fancy word for quivering. And because of that, blood clots actually can form inside the heart of the patient, and those blood clots, unfortunately, if they get loose, can end up causing a stroke. And it leads to a lot of problems for a lot of people worldwide. And so it's a pretty important issue. It's not as dramatic as a heart attack and things like that, but it's pretty important.
All right, so you talk about quivers. What are some of the symptoms? I don't know if I could tell if my heart was quivering or not.
Well, some people really feel like there's something trembling inside of them. Sometimes patients come to us, I feel like my heart's just been racing or about to jump out of my chest. But a whole lot of people really feel nothing at all, and we actually find it by accident in a lot of instances.
Dr. Joe, one of my most favorite parts of this segment here is we get to find everyone's recreation passions. Everyone comes to Lake Tahoe or the Reno Tahoe area for their own recreational passions. Where are we going to find you this weekend?
Well, on a beautiful winter day with a lot of snow and sun, my wife and kids and I will almost certainly be skiing at least part of the weekend. It's one of the great things about this area. We just love to do that. And the other thing is, in the last couple of years, I've very much come to love road biking. And so on a beautiful spring or summer afternoon, I can't wait to get off work, run home, change into some riding clothes, and jump on the bike.
Dr. Joe, I appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
That's Dr. Joe Chavez from the Carson Tahoe Cardiology. That'll do it for this week's edition of Tahoe Talk. We'll see you next week.